On January 14th, 2018, a 17-year-old girl made a 911 call with a distressing story.
It's one of the most scariest things I've ever done. I'm terrified.
When police arrived to investigate her allegations, they stumbled upon unimaginable cruelty.
This is off the charts sadistic.
The harrowing story began more than 30 years earlier when engineer David Turpin met high schooler Louise Robinette.
Louise actually started dating him at 15. My dad didn't want her to because he was so much older.
They married when David was 23 and Louise was just 16.
Louise was always a leader.
And it was her way or no way. And if she had to sneak around to do it, she would do it.
Driven by their Christian beliefs, the couple wanted to start a large family and homeschool their children.
Louise had come up with a type of hybrid religion, but they didn't go to church.
They soon had 10 daughters and 3 sons, but the parents did not devote any care towards their children.
I remember they were really strict.
David was very reserved, and Louise made all the rules.
While living in Texas, 10 of their children were forced to live in a small trailer on the property, with little to no food provided to them.
They would buy food, including apple pies, leave it on the counter, let the children look at it, but not eat the food.
When the family moved out of their Texas home, neighbors reported finding the house left with tons of dead animals and garbage.
Grime smeared on the stairwells, human filth on the floors.
In 2014, the Turpins moved to California, and on a family trip to Vegas, David and Louise renewed their wedding vows.
In pictures posted on Facebook, David and Louise Turpin surrounded by their 13 children. They appear to be portraits of one big happy family.
While everybody saw a carefully crafted image of the family, secretly the children were suffering.
We live in stilts, and sometimes I wake up and I can't breathe because how dirty the house is. We never take baths.
Rarely seen outside, neighbors described them as pale, thin, and quiet.
She didn't want me talking to the kids, and they weren't allowed to talk to me without permission.
When the parents announced they would be moving yet again, their 17-year-old daughter snuck out in a panic and called 911.
I just ran away from home.
Okay.
My 2 little sisters right now are chained up.
Arriving, the cops were horrified.
Jordan goes on to show the deputies pictures of her sisters, chained up and appearing frail. There's also bruises up and down their arm.
Every inch of the house was covered in human waste, moldy food, dead animals, and garbage.
The district attorney saying the children were allowed to bathe only once a year, and none of the victims had ever seen a dentist.
The younger children seemed to be cut off from reality.
They had very little knowledge of the outside world. In fact, these kids didn't even know what a police officer was.
While some of the Turpin siblings were over 18, they appeared much younger due to starvation.
Doctors are now treating the siblings, one of whom is 29 years old and weighs just 82 pounds.
The parents were quickly arrested.
David and Louise Turpin pleaded not guilty to a combined 75 total counts.
They were sentenced to life behind bars for their crimes.
Now this mother and father are the ones in shackles.
But sadly, the trouble for the children did not end there. 5 of the younger children were adopted into a new family that continued to abuse them.
The children are now suing the foster care provider and Riverside County, California, claiming they had to have known the foster parents were unfit.
Responsible for her parents' arrest, Jordan Turpin has become a spokesperson for her siblings.
Something I look forward to every single day is when I get together with all my siblings.
She's grown a TikTok following of supporters, and even Haley and Justin Bieber invited the family to a concert.
You know you love me. I know you care. Just shout whenever, and I'll be there.
Despite the attention, Jordan says her siblings have been pushed into the world with no life skills or support from the donations they received when their case went public.
She said she would go 24 hours without eating and beg her social worker to give her some money so she could purchase food.
As they await the verdict from their lawsuit, they hope to leave their nightmarish past behind them.
Jordan says she stays strong, knowing she needs to be there for her 12 brothers and sisters.
Do you think the Turnup siblings have a chance at normal life? Should parents be allowed to homeschool their children with no regulations?